after watching these movies, maybe I am a romantic person after all. Who could have guessed that? Nobody. I couldn't. I couldn't. Welcome to a new episode, guys. A gente usa esse podcast para você treinar seu listening, sua compreensão, aprender umas expressões novas, ouvir uma teacher que fala diretamente com quem tá querendo praticar inglês. Então aproveita que esse espaço aqui não é espaço para ficar ensinando regrinha, ensinando vocabulário, não. O vocabulário vem assim naturalmente, enquanto eu bato papo no meio desse blá 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 todo aí sobre os temas mais aleatórios possíveis. Eu trago aí expressões legais sobre o tema que eu tô falando. Então, já se acomoda aí, ou então continua fazendo o que você tá fazendo pra treinar o seu listening. E, assim, é pra isso que a Wave serve, né? Pra você conhecer mais do nosso mundinho. O nosso mundinho, assim, te dá várias formas de você treinar o seu inglês. A gente te acompanha, não importa o seu processo, seja pra você fazer um curso, seja pra você que gosta de estudar sozinho, a gente traz possibilidades pra todo mundo. Então, vai conhecer mais a nossa plataforma lá no Instagram, @wayfluence. Nós temos um site com tudo. E se você conhece alguém que tá precisando treinar o inglês, já manda aí esse episódio, manda o nosso podcast, porque é uma forma gratuita de você poder estar treinando. Assim como a nossa newsletter, agora a gente tem newsletter, toda semana tem textinhos em inglês, tá? Enfim, é isso e let's go to the episode, because today I want to talk about some romance movies I've watched recently. A few weeks ago, I posted an episode about romance books, right? And I said that romance books aren't the same anymore and that I loved a good, boring love story. Because I mentioned the comparison between like old, but I mean, the 2000s love stories, and the romance books that are coming out these past few years, and how much I love a boring romance book where not a lot of things happen, but you get to understand the character so deeply, and then you get attached to the story because of the because of how deep you get to know these characters, even though the book doesn't have a plot full of events, right? And then in this like romance era, I started watching some old romance movies, the 2000s or maybe the 90s. I think they are more like the 90s romance movies. And oh my God, why didn't anyone tell me how good the 90s romance movies are? I know that it's like everybody knows that, but I had never stopped to actually watch these movies. I know about so many movie stars that came from these movies, For example, Julia Roberts is one of them, right? Sandra Bullock. And Hugh Grant is an icon, honestly, of these movies. I'm going to talk about him today. Uh, there are many movie stars that came from this type of movie, and they are classics. So I started watching them, and I have maybe four to talk about today. I'm gonna tell you what they are about and if I've liked them or not. And they are something I've noticed about these old romance movies is they are exactly like the books in the 2000s and the 90s. Not a lot of things happen. They are not dramatic. Okay, maybe some of them are, but it's the type of movie that you don't get. It doesn't catch your attention so strongly, so heavily. You're watching because of the vibes, because it's a comfort movie, this type of thing. And I've loved them for that. Like, I was truly interested in these romance stories, and I think they are so good. I remember, like, with these movies, I remembered how good the 2000s and the 90s romances are, and they don't make movies like these anymore, honestly. But okay, before I talk about my recommendations, there is one specifically that is a classic. It's a classic. A classic romance movie from the 90s, maybe, which is Before Sunrise. Before Sunrise, Antes do Amanhecer, in like the Portuguese edition, probably. This is one of the icons, right? The iconic romance movies. But I do not like it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm attacking someone by saying this. Or maybe you don't even know which movie I'm talking about. Go to Google and look up Before Sunrise. I think you know. I think you know which movie I'm talking about. I watched this one many years ago. And for me, it's a little too boring. And I'm the person who's talking like good things about boring stories, right? But before sunrise, oh my God, it's like two people meet during a trip, and the whole movie is basically them talking about life, getting to know each other in one day. But at the end of the movie, they have to leave because they're waiting for their trains, something like that. So the whole movie is you following their conversation and like the connection, the bond that they form in these conversations, and that's it. Like literally, the movie is 24 hours you watching two people talk for 24 hours about life and reflections, and okay, that's fine, it's good, but it's a little too boring for me. No, the ones that I'm gonna recommend here, like they are kind of, they catch your attention a little bit more than that. Things happen, but they have that soft, comfort, cozy atmosphere that we love about 90s and 2000s romantic comedies and romance movies, right? Uh, Okay, here's a list of the ones that I watched recently and that I've loved. The first one, I have to talk about this one because it became one of my favorite movies ever, which is When Harry Met Sally. In Portuguese, it's like Harry e Sally, feitos um pro outro, something like that. I love this one so much. So, When Harry Met Sally starts with Harry and Sally sharing a car ride together, right? So they're driving together. And I think that today you see so many movies and books starting like this, like friendships that start because they have to drive together to a place. And I feel like it's a big reference to this movie. Um, in this car ride, they are not friends, but they start talking about men and women becoming friends. And he believes that it's impossible for a woman to be best friends with a man because of the sexual interest. And she is, I mean, they argue, they have this argument because they have different opinions, right? One thinks that men and women can't be friends, and the other one thinks like without the sexual tension. And after this argument, like maybe 10 years later, many years later, they meet again, like just coincidentally, because after this car ride, they never talk to each other again. But then years later, they meet, and that's when they start a friendship. And but they agree that they will be friends without the sexual part, that they will be just friends and that they will kind of prove that this can happen, this can exist. And then you follow them like throughout the years, being best friends, being in each other's lives. They are in relationships, and the other one is always there, like to support them, like as actual friends without the sexual interest. And I love their friendship so much. I love the characters. I love Harry. I love Sally. She's so sweet, so cute. I loved her. And it's so nice seeing them be real friends. Like you can see that their relationship is they are very close. It's beautiful to see their relationship because it's true. Like they don't have any second interests, like deeper interests in each other. So it's nice to see them be real friends for many years, and then after years realize that they're in love with each other. It's a great movie to watch in during Christmas time, New Year's time, and it's truly a comfort movie. It's so cute. I love it so much. Of all the ones that I've watched, this one's my favorite. And then, okay, I want to talk about Casablanca. Casablanca is probably like it's in the list of the most famous classic movies of all time. And yet, I feel like not a lot of people have watched it, at least not in Brazil. I don't know a lot of people who have watched this movie, but if you are inside American culture, you can see them referencing this movie so often. They talk about Casablanca all the time. If you watch Gilmore Girls, Rory and Lorelai talk about Casablanca so much. That's where I heard about this movie like the first time. And just so you can have an idea, it's black and white. But I swear it's good. It's good. It gets your attention. It's not boring at all. Actually, from all the movies that I'm going to talk about today, it's probably the least boring. It's really, really good. But you will not believe my disappointment when I find out that Casablanca, one of the greatest love stories in cinema, it's probably the greatest love story in cinema, is about a love affair? What? A love affair? Do you know what a love affair is? Love affair é um caso extraconjugal. Eu tô falando love affair, mas talvez só affair, né? Eu tô falando love affair. Love affair pode ser um caso amoroso normal, sem ser extraconjugal. Mas se você fala affair, tipo, he had an affair. É porque ele teve um caso extraconjugal. Acho que eu tô. Não uso love, é só affair. You're telling me that the greatest romance story in cinema is about an affair? What? I was so disappointed. So disappointed. But there is an explanation. I think I accept the explanation. Okay, maybe I can accept that. But let me tell you what it's about. It happens during the World War II. And Casablanca is a city where people run away and they can hide and wait in Casablanca so they can like go back to their original countries or maybe just migrate to another country because they want to escape from Germany. And in Casablanca, there is a guy named Rick Blaine. He has a bar in Casablanca. He's like one of the most popular men in the city and one of the richest men in the city. And in one of those nights at his bar, a couple gets in, and you realize that the woman from this couple has had a relationship with Rick in the past. And after that, you realize that actually she's married to this man and they had an affair years ago while she was already married to this man. And then you see this story develop, like you see them talking to each other behind the husband's back, because they oh, okay, when they had this relationship years ago, they agreed that they were gonna run away together, and then they said they were gonna meet at a specific time in a subway station, a train station. And when the day came, he was waiting for her and she never showed up. So years later in Casablanca, this girl gets in his bar and they kind of rekindle this relationship. And she explains to him that the reason she never showed up at the train station it's because she was married. And there's a whole explanation, okay? But when they meet again, their passion like comes back and that's why it's an affair, because she's still married and behind her husband's back she meets with Rick again, and she says that Rick is her true, like the true love of her life. And she has this conflict of she loves her husband and her husband is a really good man because he represents the opposition against Nazi Germany. So he's a really good man. He's one of the revolutionary men. And poor guy, like he's a victim because she is actually in love with another man. So it's really nice to see the whole context of the war and what they represent in the war. And like, is she gonna stay with her husband or stay with her like the true love of her life, which is a man that she had an affair with? It's really interesting. It's really interesting to see this drama happening. And yeah, it's addicting, not addicting, but it catches your attention. I was amused, like I was entertained the whole movie. And it's a black and white movie. Can you believe that? I really thought it was gonna be very, very boring, but it wasn't actually. And if you like classical music, you should totally watch Casablanca because it's really good. I have to admit that. But I'm still a little bothered, like incomodada, with the fact that it's about an affair. Like what? This is one of the greatest love stories like in movies? No. No, don't tell me that. But it's a recommendation because it's really good. Okay, the next one. my top three, right? So, and when Harry Met Sally was my favorite, Casablanca's in second place. And third place, we have Four Weddings and a Funeral. In Portuguese, I think it's literally Quatro Casamentos e um Funeral, something like this. I don't know. And let me tell you something. Hugh Grant, do you know Hugh Grant? He's an actor, okay? He's a Hollywood actor. Hugh Grant is probably the most beautiful man, like, in the world. In this movie, he achieves a level of beauty that no other human being has achieved in history. Like, he's so charming. Maybe I liked the movie not because of the plot, but maybe because of Hugh Grant. He looks so. I was watching the movie and I was like, oh my god, this man is so beautiful. Like, that's why I was so entertained and amused in this movie, because the movie itself, it's okay, it's cute, it's fine. But Hugh Grant, oh my god, let me tell you who Hugh Grant is. Go to Google again and look up Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant played Notting Hill. He was in Wonka, through the new movie about the chocolate factory. Love Actually, it's a Christmas movie that's very popular. Heretic, I don't know how to say the name of this movie, but I always see it, uh like, I always see this name around. And I don't know. Ah, Knives Out, Entre Facas e Segredos. I'm pretty sure he's in that movie. Well, anyways, he's old now, but he's a handsome old man. In Four Weddings and a Funeral, he's the most beautiful man on earth, so you should know that. But let me keep going. So, it is about this guy, played by Hugh Grant, and his friend group. So he has a lot of friends, and it's really nice because it's really fun. I love the friend group. And they have all these weddings to go to, right? So they go to this wedding and someone's getting married, and then you see them like at the party, and in one of those parties he meets a girl and he falls in love with her instantly. But he doesn't even know her name. They can't talk. And then some months later, they go to another wedding, and this girl is there again. And then he gets together with her. He hooks up with her. But then she leaves. They don't get together. And then months later, he sees her again, but she's engaged to another man. So it's basically them going to these events and finding each other again, right? But the relationship, it's insta love. He saw her and he fell in love with her, like love at first sight, like amor a primera vista, love at first sight. So the romance is, it's not very interesting because they don't even know each other. It's not like a relationship that you, like Harry and Sally from the first movie. It's not. It's them, like, being in love with each other, but they can't be together and they have terrible timing. And anyways, the really interesting part is the group friend, and the friend group, and it's so cute to see them together. And actually, during the movie, you find out that his best friend is in love with him. She's been in love with him for years, and she finally confesses her love to him, but she doesn't love her back, because she loves the American girl, the other girl. And he even gets engaged, get engaged, it's like ficar noivo. He gets engaged to another woman, but then realizes that he loves the other girl. That's the story, basically. But it is one of those movies that not a lot of things happen. You just follow them, around. It's cute. Maybe it's not my top three. I think it's my top four. I think the next movie, I like it better than this one. But yeah, like, in the end, you watch the movie and you're like, his best friend is more interesting than this girl. Like, if I could choose, he would get together with his best friend who was in love with him than this girl. Like, this girl is not interesting. He doesn't even know her that well. And he leaves her fiance and this best friend for this girl. Like, what? And let me tell you something. This girl is such a bad actress. I I watched the movie and I was like, oh my god, this woman is a terrible actress. And then I went to Letterboxd, the app that I check my movies, and everybody commented like, "Oh my god, this woman sounds like a robot. She's a terrible actress." Oh. So this just made the experience a little worse. But yeah, I am saying that I like the movie, but I think I didn't like the movie that much. Maybe I just liked Hugh Grant in this movie. I think, yeah, that's my final opinion for sure, for sure. Because the next movie was better than this one. Okay, so I'm gonna change the order. This is my top three. It's called Serendipity. Serendipity is a classic word, right? Like everybody talks about serendipity. Uh, Serendipity, it's like one of those words that have a very deep meaning, and then everybody uses it. Oh, serendipity, finding good things unexpectedly or by accident. Sabe aquelas palavras que todo mundo fica, tipo wanderlust, que é a vontade de viajar. Não tem uma palavra dessa no alemão, sei lá, que todo mundo fala, wanderlust. Aí tem camisetas com a palavra wanderlust. Serendipity é uma dessas palavras. Eu nunca tinha entendido o que é. Faz sentido com o filme. Serendipity. When you find happy things, fortunate things, good things, unexpectedly or by accident. So yeah, it's like a happy accident. It's serendipity. Let me tell you about this movie. This is a Christmas movie, okay? No, not a Christmas movie, but it has a Christmas vibe. It's such a comfort movie. It's so sweet. It's not very interesting, like nothing too deep happens in this plot. And it's just cute and sweet, a good movie to watch if you just need a comfort movie, or if you are during Christmas time, watch Serendipity. It's sweet. Um, Here's the plot. In the beginning, they are buying Christmas presents, and then they find each other at the store, and they meet each other for the first time at the store, and they have this instant connection. It's kind of like insta love too. He falls in love with her at first sight. Remember, amor a primera vista. Yes, it's love at first sight, and kind of fight about a pair of gloves that they want to buy, but it's the last pair at the store. So they have like a little argument, and that's it. They leave, and he never stops thinking about this girl. You see them like years later. He's about to get married to another woman. He's literally engaged. And again, oh my, no, no, no. Let's talk about this. All the movies that I'm talking about here, they have some type of affair. Someone is engaged, and then they fall in love with another person behind their partner's back. What is happening with these 90s stories? I swear, all of them have an affair. Do you remember affair? Caso extraconjugal? All of them. All of them. But okay. I think it's a little weird. In this movie, I was like, oh my God, you saw this woman once, and you fell in love with her, and you are ready to leave your fiance. Fiance is like noiva. You're ready to leave your fiance because of a girl that you barely had. Ah, no. They had a conversation. They When they met at the store, they had dinner together. It's a little weird, like it's weird. It's questionable because they met at the store, and then suddenly they were having dinner together. What? As friends, but what? You met 5 minutes ago and you're having dinner together, and both of you are in relationships? That's weird. And because they spent this night together, he never stopped thinking about her, So you see him years later engaged to another woman, still thinking about that girl. And it's a whole discussion about, do you believe in destiny? Do you believe that some people are destined to be together? And that's why the movie is called Serendipity, because it's like finding good things and happy things unexpectedly by accident. And they found each other really by accident. And years later, they have, oh my God, I forgot the most important part. When they met at this night, he was in love with her instantly, but they were in relationships. So she said that after this discussion about destiny, she said that she believed in destiny. So she wrote her number in a book. And she said, if you find this book at any moment of your life, if you find this book with my number, it means that we are destined to be together. So she sells this book to a store, and the book goes around London, I think it's London. And she says that if, like, eventually in his life he finds this book again, it's because they are destined to be together. So he spends the next years looking for the book that has her phone number. And that's why, like, it's a discussion about destiny, because then he thinks that, oh my God, am I destined to be with her or with my fiance? Oh God. And then, of course, eventually he finds the book in a very coincidental way when he is about to get married. Literally, he's about to get married and he finds the book. Of course, of course, of course. Why wouldn't he? And I'm like, yeah, like they finally meet again. And that's it. Like, it's cute. It's nothing too special, but it's cute. It's a little silly, like Bobo. It's silly, but it's cute. And then at the end, it's beautiful. It's a Christmas movie. So I was expecting something like that, and I found it. So it was great for me. So yeah, here's my order of preference. When Harry Met Sally, for sure, my favorite. Casablanca, so good. These are my main recommendations. And then Serendipity, it's cute, comfort movie. And then Four Weddings and a Funeral, just watch it if you want to see Hugh Grant being the most beautiful human being on earth. For the plot, it's not good. And the acting, it's not that great either. No, the acting is good. The only problem is the girl. Oh, she's a terrible actress. Oh my God. But anyways, here are the next movies that I want to watch. The next romance, like classic romance movies that I want to watch. I want to watch Notting Hill. Notting Hill is a classic. You've probably heard about this one. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, obviously. Como perder. What? Como perder, não sei o que lá, em 10 dias. I think I've never watched this movie. If I have, it was years ago. I don't remember anything. I just know it's very iconic. I also want to watch The Way We Were. It's also a classic that I think it's black and white. While You Were Sleeping, this is a Sandra Bullock movie, I think, or Julia Roberts, one of them. And Great Expectations. Great Expectations is a movie based on Oscar Wilde's book. It's a classic book. And Great Expectations, do you know who is in Great Expectations? Oh my God, I watched a movie with her a few days ago. Oh my, wait. A very famous Gwyneth Paltrow. Do you know Gwyneth Paltrow? She's so famous. And Great Expectations, she was basically a teenager. She was very young in this movie. So she's so beautiful. Oh my God. And so this is another one that I want to watch because I know it's a classic romance too. So yes, these are my next ones. But if you have other recommendations, please tell me which movies I should watch next. Maybe I should have a series where I watch some movies of a specific category and I come here and give you recommendations, reviews and recommendations about them. But yeah, let me know if you've watched these movies that I've talked about. If you were interested to watch any of them. And please tell me your opinions after you've watched them. Tell me if you agree with me. I'm really curious. And if you have more recommendations of classic romance movies, I want to know because I'm in a romance movie high wave. I want to watch a lot of them. I want to get all my check boxes checked, with the romance classics. So yes, let me know if you like this format where I review things because I love doing that. So I hope you liked it too, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.